Hey, hello there. How's all you peeps that love Clear Lake doing today? Hope you had a great 4th of July. Quiet. Well, you could have made noise, that's fine. But hopefully it was safe and everybody's still in one piece. This is Ross with Clear Lake Guide Service with your report for what's happening around Clear Lake for the week of 7/8/21. Floating around out in the Narrows. So, surprisingly, what I'm going to call the mid portion of the lake today, which is from about the state park down about halfway down the Rattlesnake Arm and about halfway down just short of Monitor Point in the Redbud Arm, are actually pretty doggone clear. Not like Don Pedro clear, but clear. There's absolutely, where I'm sitting right now, for as far as I can see, currently there's no algae. There's no crud floating on the surface. Visibility is about 2 feet, which really isn't that bad compared to what it has been. Now, as I ran around the lake today, obviously it's different, and that's always going to be, until things change, which is mainly going to be cooler temperatures, shorter days. To find this kind of water, you're just going to have to move around a lot. And I did, whoops, hang on. I did move around a lot, checking grass too, and it's my impression, for what it's worth, that the grass is fizzling out pretty quick. Normally we don't see this happen until sometime in September, and just my own observation, but I went through areas, and I know they're big areas that nobody sprayed or applied any chemicals, and the grass is there, but it's not touching the surface, so there's no mats. Kind of different. We're going to keep an eye on that. I started at 5th Street Launch Ramp today and came all the way around the lake, down in the Rattlesnake Arm, the Redbud Arm, and then stopped here, just looking at overall conditions. And I'm going to tell you, right now, the conditions I'm seeing I would call pretty good. So that's a water clarity, algae issues. Always be mindful of the fact this stuff moves around depending on the wind. Water temperature, probably for the remainder of the summer, kind of count on the fact, like today, it started out at 76. It's 80, 81, 82, depending on where I am right now, and it's probably going to get up to 83, maybe 84 or 85, so hot. Lake level, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about this because I think it's pretty clear that we're going to see some changes. We're at -0.4 today. We started the month at -0.2. So we've dropped a little over half a foot already. I'm just projecting. It's pretty easy to say with any kind of heat at all, we're probably going to get down to -1 by the end of the month, which will put us really close to whatever that number is that Redbud will close their launch ramp. So probably, if it isn't by the end of July, it'll probably be the first week of August that we'll see that one go down. I launched at the county park yesterday, and I can tell you with my shorter boat trailer, I was at the end of the ramp, was even with the back of the back tire on my tandem axle trailer. So yesterday was the last time that I'll use the county park. I don't know how long they'll continue to keep it going, but that's the story there. So as far as I'm concerned, there's two really useful ramps that are going to stay open for a while. That'll be 5th Street, 3rd Street in Lakeport, and Clear Lake Oaks. And I continue to hope that Bob Tyler continues to keep us updated on a weekly basis on the Clear Lake Oaks ramp. So those are your conditions. Brado's is still open. I have not launched there. I've talked to a couple of people who have, and they say it's interesting. So we'll see how it goes beyond that. Activities for this coming week. According to the permits, we initially had a FLW tournament scheduled here this week, which got moved because of water conditions. And then there was a Wild West Bass tournament today, so I'm assuming it was a team event that had a permit pulled for this same date. I went and checked their schedules this morning. Obviously, neither one of those tournaments are here. So the short version, there's no tournaments here today or this weekend. And actually, the only two tournaments that I found permits for, BBT has the last 2 Saturdays of this month. So it's going to be a pretty light company out here on the lake. So those are the activities. Fishing. Real quickly before I forget it, because I've forgotten it the last couple times, I don't do night fishing. I can't stay awake past 8 o'clock. When it's dark, we're already in bed. Sorry about that. We get up too early. So when I was a kid, way younger, we used to do night fishing up on Tulloch and Maloney's and Don Pedro, but don't do it here. But having said that, believe me, there's guys out doing it, and they're reporting some pretty good success. So you need to add, if you're interested, you need to add night fishing to your thought process if you want to try something different. Today is going to be a bad example of trying to explain how the fishing is, because I didn't spend a whole lot of time fishing today. I just dinked around and probably only fished for about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. I caught 2 fish, both of them on docks. Again, I was messing around yesterday with the transducer, so I was in the ramp, out of the ramp, in the ramp, out of the ramp. Only fished for about a half an hour. Caught 2 fish yesterday on docks. It got too hot at that point for me to stay out. So the reports I know are still good. I know the last day that I fished with clients, we still put 20 fish in the boat. Actually, I think it was 22. We didn't have any big fish. We caught them on a mix of drop shot. We actually caught a crankbait fish, small swim baits, and a jig. We caught them anywhere from docks that were in 2.5 feet of water to 18, 19 feet out in front of Henderson, and everything in between. Fished some points, docks, out in front of some deeper tule beds. Caught fish for the most part everywhere we fished. Not necessarily a big group of fish everywhere we fished, but we did catch fish. So I think the bite's okay still. Some guys are saying they're doing really well, way better than I'm doing. I gave up on the topwater bite, just telling you up front, just because I just haven't been able to get it to go. And I'm probably not out late enough in the afternoons to be able to try something in the afternoon to see how that goes. I can tell you that I've kind of hung around some weed mats, and while I saw fish, bait fish swimming around, I didn't see any activity as far as bass chasing them. So that's been kind of on the light side as far as discovery is concerned. So we got some really hot weather coming up. I think it's supposed to be 106 to 109 or something like that this weekend. do us a favor, do your fish a favor. Man, don't put them in the live well. I mean, if you have to take a big fish and put it in the live well and run your aerators to be able to, you know, resuscitate and get that fish in good enough shape to release, that's great. But please, you know, don't be hauling around the lake with 4 or 5 fish in your live well just for the sake of getting a picture at the end of the day. It's just not in good form, and these fish are having a tough enough time as it is. So I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't forget anything this time. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, ran into some people this week who said they were watching the video, and it just, you folks never cease to amaze me. Thank you for it. Appreciate it.